he's one of those guys that when you meet him, you'll never be the same. Because A, his energy is infectious. And B, if I ever needed help pushing a deal over the edge, there's nobody I'd rather have in the room than Todd Kaminsky.
Charismatic. He is someone that you gravitate to. He makes you feel comfortable in your own skin. He wants everybody to succeed, and he brings out the best in everyone. And you want to succeed because you want Todd to succeed.
I think Todd's extremely intelligent, definitely someone to be a mentor because he has been so successful in his career.
He probably has a good taste in music. Brings some obscure tunes up that are ones that trigger that in my mind from my college days.
Todd is always high energy, but every time he sees me, he brings up my dance moves.
Awesome guy, sharp as they get, a lot of fun. And I also want to give a little piece of advice that we talked about earlier today, and that was, if you feel like you're drowning, follow your bubbles.
Is that he has an absolute unique ability to get people uncomfortable.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind with Todd Kaminsky is his nickname for me, Tad and the Tuckermans. He told me it sounds like a band.
So Todd Kaminsky is, he's like that parent that's almost never wrong and can be a little bit annoying because every once in a while you throw something at him and you hope you trip him up or you've come up with something that's got you so confounded you can't figure it out and there's no way anybody else can. And all of a sudden he turns it on you and you haven't even gotten an answer from him, but something becomes clear.
He's the type of a general that is willing to be on the front lines with his troops.
When I think of Zerk and what I do as a profession every day, I think Todd Kaminsky, I see the drive that a lot of us have.
He's very high energy. You know exactly what he's looking for. He's very creative. But for me, what I like about him is his energy.
Absolutely one of the most dynamic persons I know.
He cares very much about his employees, and he made it just an honor to, meet him.
If I ever needed solid advice, he hit me between the eyes, whether I liked it or not. And I respect that and appreciate it.
Extremely no nonsense, highly intelligent, tremendously witty, and he has a way of connecting with people.
What struck me about Todd immediately was the blending of professionalism and cool, and the ability to actually be cool while running an organization like this and a sales force like this.
Todd's a great guy. If he is at one of your regional business meetings and you're out for dinner late after the meeting is over and you pull out on your phone your stand-up comedy script that you've been writing for years, he will tell you if it is bad. I appreciate that. It's an opportunity to perfect the stand-up bit I've got here on the phone.
I always appreciate, and it never fails to surprise me with Todd, is his attire, right? So he's quirky, right? Like, I don't know, I went for my new hire training and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and he walks with his blue suede shoes. And I'm like, oh yeah, Todd's sporting the blue suede shoes, right? It's like, so I like the way he dresses.
I think skinny jeans.
I think that was the first time I met him, but the things I appreciate about him is his shades of black that he wears, his different shades of black for clothing, and his purple pants.
Todd and I got to do a ride-along for a couple days. We need gas, and I pull up to the gas pump, and I shut the car off to put the gas in the car. It's like 105 degrees, right? And he kind of snaps at me. He's like, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm turning the gas off, or the car off, so I can put gas in." He's like, "You think the car's gonna explode if you leave it running so I can have a receipt when you put gas in it?" I said, "Well, the sign says turn the car on." He's like, "Don't turn the car off. Turn the car back on." And so I turned it back on, and I just remember being so nervous. I was like, "Damn, this car is gonna explode." I'm totally fired for killing my boss's boss.
Well, the first time he ever came down the road with me, we're from Oklahoma, so maybe we're a little
redneck or whatever, but I chew. And so we were driving down the road, and I go into every meeting. I always stick a dip in my mouth, and it's no big deal. Within about another 2 minutes, he was turning green because he couldn't stand the smell of it in our car. And so anyway, that was the shortest, probably the quickest, shortest dip I've ever taken in my life. He basically said, "Henry, you gotta spit that shit out. There's no way. There's no way I got to start with you."
You know, when I first met Todd, I was surprised. He's shorter in stature, but his personality looks larger than life. So.
Doing Habitat for Humanity goals. And when I was there, been there maybe half the day so far, and I'm like, who is that guy over there? Is that Todd? And they introduced me to him, and I said, man, I thought you'd be taller.
I was very eager to meet Todd Kaminsky because when I was younger in college, I had a fraternity brother named Todd Kaminsky. So I was like, man, I wonder could it possibly be the same guy? And I found out he was from Pennsylvania, which I'm from Pennsylvania. So I was like, well, it actually could be the same guy. After you ask a couple questions to some of the people, and they tell you about the age he is, he's right around the same age. I'm like, this really might be. We called him T-Bone. I said, this could really be T-Bone. Could you imagine? And then I met Todd, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not T-Bone.
The first person I ever met at Resort, and he was really instrumental in getting me hired into the company, and he's always been there for me, and he's been a great mentor and a great friend, and just an overall just great person.
I was at my first President's Club. I was a little bit hungover, and I walked into the great ballroom into a big center of probably 100 chairs, and there was 2 people who got to sit in the middle and battle it out with Todd. And I thought I was in the clear, I wasn't going to have to go, and then my partner Dan Lemire drew my name as a last name, and I got to do that. So that's how I was introduced to Todd, but I think it's a good practice.
So it was my first manager's meeting. Todd came down to do a session, and I remember being at the bowling alley. I didn't know Todd, so as Todd walked up, we were both getting drinks, and as you can imagine, they gave me my beer or whatever it was, and they looked at Todd and immediately said, "Do you have ID?"
I was in the accounting department and in charge of the sales contest.
Sales contest had not been out 30 minutes before I got a call from Todd. And he said, I should have like 1,700 points on sales contest. What happened? And I explained that they changed the rule where you could only get 300 points on any one area. And there was a silence on the phone, and then he said, I just have one request. I said, what's that? He says, could you call it the Kaminsky rule? And I said, we already do.
He's one of those people that have that unique ability to do all those things, from his intelligence to his likability. It's very rare in our job that you get, usually, like I said, a person has like a specific skill in something and they excel in that. And he genuinely does have skills in all different areas. So I've always been very impressed with that.
Todd understands how important the sales division, that mechanism of sales is to this organization. He understands that that's the engine that drives the entire vehicle. And he has done everything in his power to reward those individuals to excel, succeed, and give them no barriers of any kind to excel.
The other thing about Todd, he's also my personal trainer. So when we have general manager meetings, basically I have to not only be prepared for the meeting, but the toughest part typically is after the meeting when Todd makes me work out with him. So we went out and we found a retaining wall, rock retaining wall. So we picked those up and we did a bunch of exercises carrying rocks, and only Todd would be able to do that.
Eric Hart recommended getting somebody, a different mentor or whatnot, and Todd actually took that role on for me and helped me out, and really helped me develop for this role, and was a big part of getting me ready and prepared to take the next move into the general manager role.
And so something that I've learned from Todd is that difficult situations or issues are not like fine wine. They don't get better with age, and really just address them immediately and head on, and then life will be good.
We've had a great run for the last few years, interesting times, from Carbone to Tamara, to playing golf with you and Whistling Straits, worried about you getting blown off the cliffs up there. But it's been a great time. I've enjoyed your friendship and look forward to working with you more in the future, man. Good luck.
I've loved working with Todd. I think he and I have really sort of made a great partner, or have been great partners as he's been in the sales role the last several years. I will absolutely miss working with him.
We're doing our proposal, and every time we're talking about our company, the dealer just kept saying, well, Century's can do it just as good. Century's this, Century's that. It went on to the point where Todd was like getting a little frustrated with the response. So Todd decides to kind of end the proposal. And here's how we did it. He goes, Greg, it sounds like you're very happy with Century. Why don't you just stay with them? Now this guy looks like Tony Soprano, okay? He stands up, storms his fist on the table, makes a move towards Todd. Now I get up real quick thinking I gotta protect Todd. He doesn't flinch, okay? And he goes, Todd, I love you, but you gotta get out of my office. He was fuming. And about 2 days later, we signed the account.
So Todd is quite a unique individual. I've had the good fortune of being friends with Todd for 20 years, and I've truly appreciated every moment. We've shared a lot of laughter, a few tears, and even a crazy boot camp on the beach in Fripp Island. So there have been some fantastic memories, and I hope that we'll have an opportunity to make some more.
You know, what's great about Todd is anytime you call Todd, he's always in a good mood. He's always, what do you need? How can I help? And I'm not always that way. So it's nice when I can call him. And he's got a favorite saying that I like and I've adopted in my career, and that is there some action you'd like me to take, or do you want me to just listen?
So Todd, just remember this. We know where you are. It's not like you're leaving the organization, you're not retiring. The good news is we're going to look forward to working very closely with you on the DM side. But good luck. You don't need it. You're going to do fantastic.
That video because I couldn't do it. And when I think about what he's meant to me, my family, as a friend, and in my career, it's really remarkable. My kids look up to him. He's part of our family. Sharon's part of our family. And really, what I wanted to see is everybody in this room that's been interviewed by Todd, been mentored by Todd, been coached by Todd, just to come up to the front here and give him a round of applause. And anybody else that hasn't yet, you all know. So I do want to put just two up there, Art, if you got them queued up there for me. And this one sums it up for me. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And that's our boy here. That's number two. I think this is a pretty famous one, but this one sums him up as well. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So, ending this on a more upbeat note, because because I could stand up here and tell stories and cry all night. Todd, as he mentioned, 18 President's Clubs to his credit, right? So can you pop them up, all the President's Clubs he's had? So 94, 95, 96, 97, 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So he's won many, many of those, but also has been RSM. He's been the GM. He's been the head of sales and participated in 18 President's Clubs. Pretty amazing work there. So the one thing we wanted to do is give you one last Key Club banner. So that's what's under the thing. I think you had a bunch of folks sign it there. So that is the Todd Kaminsky President's Club banner. And then last but not least, the cool thing about having 18 is your tennis idol, Roger Federer, he only has 17, right? He has 18? Oh, you're tied. All right. So, that's what you're tied. Well, he's still pretty good company, I mean, for you to be in. So when you think about what do you get Todd for, you know, for all he's done for us, I know Roger's your favorite, so we got you an autographed jersey. And what I wanted to say about that, because I know you're not about gifts, but all the proceeds for Roger Federer and that jersey go to Roger Federer's Foundation, which works with kids in Africa and helps them with education. So. Woo! I love you, Roger.
Thank you. Love you too.
Congratulations to Todd Kaminsky. Eric, do you want to give him any inspiration?
I think it would be nice if Todd would just
Stage dive?
show us something.
Stage dive?
Do not drop him.
Go deep! Go deep! Go deep!
No, don't let Tanny coach you.
Deep! Go deep! Deep! Two guys go!
Turn this over to Kathleen. Did you want to stay? All right, I'm going to turn this over to David Putz. I think he has a pretty important announcement coming up as well. Tom, we love you, brother.